Passing on the legacy. Caleb was one of the strong men of God. He was one of the faithful in the nation. And as we've looked at over the past couple of days, we're trying to understand how did he cultivate this great faith. It was a faith that was so strong that even as he aged, as time passed, it only appeared that he became more and more what he was before. He avoided the extremes that can often come from a discontented or disconnected old age. On one hand, you can have someone who, as they get older, they're so defeated, they're so detached that they tend to just give up on life. They don't take care of themselves. They're not invested in anything. But then the other extreme is that you have someone, as they get older, they get more entrenched, more possessive, less secure, paranoid even, trying to hold on to what they've had before. What is it that allowed Caleb, even in his old age, to avoid these extremes? I believe that it was a rooting, a grounding in the love of God that not only kept him balanced, but he realized that when he was claiming all these promises of claiming this heritage, conquering the land, he wasn't really claiming his own promises. He wasn't looking out for himself. In fact, he was claiming God's promises. And by claiming his promises, he was able to have something beyond himself. He was living a selfless life in this way. In fact, when you look at Psalm 92, the goal of the Christian, the believer, is to prosper as time goes by. Because the Bible says in Psalm 92, verse 14, they shall still bring forth fruit in old age, and they shall be fat and flourishing. This is a continuous acting. This is, as time is going by, there's not a declension, but there's really an ascension. There's a growth that's supposed to take place. You see that in Caleb's life, because when you go to Judges, in the book of Judges chapter 1, and look at verse number 12 quickly, the Bible says it here. It says, "And Caleb said, He that smiteth Kirjath-sepher and taketh it, to him I will give Ashesh, my daughter, to wife." Here we see this old man still fighting. He's not leading from the back, but he's leading from the front. And he has a continual freshness in his experience because he keeps the love of God central. Not his own interest, not even the interest of the nation, but the interest of his God first and foremost. That love is what keeps him young. That passion for his God is what gives him life, so that even at this point, at 80 years of age and beyond, he's still able to not just, he's not just alive, but he's living. Because he's living in the love of God. So friends, let's all do that, because every one of us is growing older every day, which should mean that each of us is growing better. Until next time, please remember that change is good.